Hey guys, welcome back. Now, are you ready for a closet detox? Do your closets look like this? I know mine have in the past. So we are gonna get rid of Mikey from Monsters Inc. who keeps scaring us. And we're gonna clean those closets out and I'm gonna show you how right now. Now guys, I have designed literally thousands of closets and rooms with closets. And there's a couple of simple rules. It makes it really easy. So don't start breathing into a bag. We're gonna do this together, okay? Step one is, you have to edit, because you cannot work with a solid wall of material, all right? You have to literally edit. Here's a couple of rules to put in mind. If you're dealing with a closet full of clothing, if you have not worn it for over a year, you want to donate that thing to somebody who is going to use it now. You don't need it anymore. You may not even remember you had it, okay? If you've got seasonal items in your closet, only keep the ones that fit and that you will be using. Maybe you haven't skied in 2 years, and maybe those don't fit anymore. If they don't fit, donate, get some new ones. If they do fit, you want to store them in another way, and we'll talk about that in a second. The key is you gotta be ruthless. If you need to call a friend, do so, but you gotta be ruthless. Now, if you have stuff as opposed to like clothing, again, if you haven't used it in over a year, or worse, you didn't even know you still had it, you definitely need to donate that. Because if you're not using that, that could definitely be donated and given to someone who's going to be able to use it and have joy from it. And there's no saving for grandkids if they're going to not be grandkids for over a decade. Get it out of there. By then they won't want it anyway, guys. So just toss it, okay? Same goes for baby stuff, toys, things like that. Now, if you think your little people are going to maybe kind of worry about whether or not they are missing that toy, there's a solution. It's called toy purgatory.
What's happening? We're getting thrown out, you idiot. That's what's happening.
Now, you put them all in a box, you throw them out in a garage or a spare space.
That's not trash. That's not trash.
Or you give them to your sister for a month, and if your child hasn't asked for that toy, it gets donated to somebody who will use it, as opposed to them seeing it and going, I want that back. So toy purgatory is the way to do that. And now, another tip is if you've got super important documents, you want to get yourself one of these little portable, lockable, fire-safe storage units. They're tiny and you can throw, your birth certificate or whatever you can't replace easily at all into it. And that way, if you have to run, if you in a flood or fires or whatever, and you need to grab it and go, you've got that thing, you can just grab that thing, get out of the house. Now guys, if editing is really singing to you and you're ready to do a spring cleaning on things, if you want to know more about how to do it, you definitely want to consider becoming a member of the Design Club. We have an amazing library of really deep dives and lots of information in there, and there's a great book on how to edit well that can be your companion guide when you're not breathing in a bag. Okay guys, that was the hard part. Now, step 2 is making a plan for your closet now, right? So if you have a standard closet in a regular house here in the US and you bought it and you never did anything with it, it came with just the plain rod and maybe a little shelf supporting the rod above it, and that's it. There's all this funky weird space up at the top and it just doesn't make any sense. So what you definitely want to do is make a plan to use all of the space in the closet all the way up to the ceiling. Now, I know some of you may say, well, if I can't reach it, what's the good of it? But that's where you put those things that you don't need all the time. So store your seasonal items, store things that you maybe need once a year, or once a season. Up at the top, get yourself a little step stool, make sure it's handy, and then that way you've got storage space maximized in the tiny little space that you've got. Now, if you've got a few pennies that you want to throw towards this project, you could definitely consider getting a closet organizer system. There's some that you can do yourself, like put it together from Elfa and a couple of other brands that are really kind of easy to use as a end user. Or you could also kind of consider using a vendor that does custom closet interiors. Those are really great. But either way, what you want to do is make a plan before you put anything back into those closets, that you know where things are going to go, how they're going to be stored, and it's going to make sense for you when you open that door again and it's full, because you don't want it to become a breeding ground for clutter again. Okay, so now step 3 is basically engaging the plan as you're putting everything back into the closet and back together. So for a clothing closet, the best way to actually handle something along that lines is to cluster like with like. So pants together, shirts together, you know, blouses, dresses, belts, all those different things. You want to put them all in the same place so that you know that that's where you're going if you need, you know, that item. And extra bonus points if you actually lay them in by color. I know it's easiest for me to do it by color because I go black to white, so it's pretty easy to spot. But if you have a range of colors, you kind of want to work through it, and that way you'll want to go ahead and put them back in the same place that you got them out, because it keeps this space looking beautiful as well as visually organized. Okay, so the second part is shelves. Now, the deal there with shelves is you want to get bins that are see-through, because baskets are lovely, and if they're on display on open shelves in a kitchen, that's great, and they've got a sweet little label, that's all fine. But if it's in your closet and it's up higher, if it's in a basket that's not labeled, it's dead to you. You have no idea what's in there unless you climb up on a stepladder and take a look. So what you want to do is get clear plastic bins. I happen to love the ones that have lids because they can be stacked and pulled apart. So I have just tons of them with lids, and I can see straight into them and know that that's what's in there. So it's a super easy way to kind of like make the maximum use of your storage space and make it super easy to tell what you've got where. Now, if you happen to have some great looking baskets and you're just itching to use them, that's great. Just make sure that they're labeled. And you know, it's lovely. You see these sort of fun decorative ones on Instagram all the time, but heck, I can't read that sitting upside down. What you want, honestly, is a handy dandy label maker like this P-Touch one that's very cool looking in and of itself. But you know, it prints them out so you can really read it. And so that way you know where, you know, sweaters are, where socks are, those kinds of things, if they're up high or if they're in a drawer that has a solid front. So 3 things you want to remember as you're starting to put your closet back that you want to maybe consider adding in. I, for instance, have clothing that I wear maybe every day around the house or something, and I have those on hooks. So, you know, consider a hook for those items, maybe it's a handbag or whatever, that you grab every day and use, because that makes it easy. You don't have to like search for it. It's right by the door jamb. Second thing you want to think about is maybe you might need some mirror in there, because if you don't have a full-length mirror somewhere else in the house, the back door of your closet door is a great non-used surface. So you can put a mirror on it, or you can put a bunch of hanging hooks. This one's very clever with the little sort of denim pockets that you can stuff a bunch of little accessory stuff in, and that's all great. So those are great things to consider to make sure that you have it easily at hand in the closet. And then the third thing you want to have is a little step stool, like I said. And you can get them literally that are about this big, and they fold up flat. So you could just slide them on top of one of your plastic bins, and that way you've always got it there. You don't have to go hunting for it, and that way it feels good to put stuff up high that you don't need. Now, you're telling me you've run out of room and you still have stuff that doesn't fit in the closet. Okay, so then what you have to do is you have to sort between what do you use every day and what are seasonal items. All right, then what you want to do is get yourself some of these clear bins that I was talking about with the tops on them, and maybe take them down to another space. Maybe you've got a backroom storage area. Maybe there's an area underneath a desk in your office. Maybe there's some other areas where you could put these plastic plastic bins that have tight sealing tops on them, labeled with your ski boots or your swim trunks or whatever it is you don't need every day, that can be put in a bin and held off until next season. Okay guys, I haven't talked to my subscribers in a while, but you know how much I love you. It's just amazing. And it makes me so happy every time someone tells me that they're subscribing, because it means to me that the information that I work hard to get to you guys every week is something you can use. So if you feel that way and you haven't hit that button and bung that bell yet, then go ahead and do so. We'll wait. All right guys, so here's my pro tip for closets. And it's something that I have done my entire career, so it's super easy, relatively inexpensive to do, and makes a huge difference in your life, which is you want to add track lighting to closets. Now, if you've got a closet light fixture up above, it's probably one of those flat things or one of the old booby-shaped ones. Those are silly. Those have 2 ridiculous light bulbs in them if you're lucky, right? So you need more light in that closet. So you can buy track in 1-foot lengths. You can get it 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 8. Got a super big closet, you want 2 8s in there. And what's great about them is you can buy them low voltage, you can buy them LED. They won't add a lot to your lighting usage for the house, but what's so amazing about them is how easy it is to use your closet once it's well lit. Now, I wear a lot of black, but I also love navy blue. And if I don't have a good light in my closet, I have no idea what I've got on. So here's the deal. You can literally get sets in the Design Club store. You can buy them at Home Depot. You can get them anywhere, you can find regular lighting fixtures. And you can get them with up to like 6 to 8 heads. And those heads can be pointed wherever you need them. I love this picture where it shows the directional lights that they've used to really give a spot on those areas that they need to see a little bit better in the closet. Track lighting is your pro tip buddy for your new closet. Okay guys, now before you go, what I want you to do is come over here and click to this very special video that I put together for you guys, and I will see you next week.